Everyone's JackelWolf back in Sky Factory 3 with another 5 minutes. That's how I did it. This episode, we are going to finish off my reactor. All that is left to do is to fill it with some coolant and also fill it with some fuel. Now, there are an absolute ton of items out there that you can use for coolant. I've done a little bit of research, and by little bit, I mean I have Googled it on the internet and found somebody else's work on it, so I do not claim credit for any of the information, but I will put a link below of the webpage that I found this info on. As well, I may have a list of all the different things you can use streamed just sort of up here on the right hand side. I'll just give it a second here because there are quite a few of them. But it is useful to know that there are more than one out there. So depending on where you are in your world, you can choose one that makes sense for what you have access to. I have chosen to use ender pearls. Simply, you just throw ender pearls in a smeltery to turn it into liquefied ender. This does take a little bit of time. One other item you can use that I thought would be handy if you don't have a good access to ender pearls, either from like a mob dropper or from a chicken, would be to use blocks of lead. The only difference is with the liquid, you just need one source block at the top of each of your airspaces. With the lead, you would need to fill up every single airspace with a block of lead. But that's if that shouldn't be too complicated, and lead is fairly simple to get just from your hammers and auto sieves. Now the trick with the liquefied ender is you need to get it out of the smelter in a liquefied form. So to do that, you're going to need a fluid tank. Now a fluid tank is 4 iron ingots, 4 iron bars, and a piece of glass. Now, I've already taken some out back when I thought I might be able to do both of these episodes in one. That sadly wasn't the case. So we're just going to, just a little demonstration of how to get that liquefied ender out. I'm going to take this, I'm going to bring this over here. And actually, I'm just going to fill that up. I'm going to put this one behind. Now, sadly, this is probably this is definitely the second. I've done this episode more than once, trying to get it right. But I got so far at one point that I filled the liquefied ender in there, and it came spilling out the front. There would be a screenshot of that just up there. Now, you got to be careful with liquefied ender. If you accidentally step in it, it will teleport you randomly, and it is very possible to be teleported right off the edge of your platform. So something to keep in mind, something to, that you may not want to have happen. So I'm going to bring my buckets down here, and actually I should have made one more bucket. Like I said, I've done this a couple of times and I still am getting it wrong. So we're going to need 4 buckets. Now this is based on the size and layout of my reactor. Your reactor may be different. But I'm going to put that coolant 1 block lower than the top because I'm going to have to put a cap on it. I'm going to put that in there, and last one goes right here. I'm going to put the 4 caps on, and if I've done this correctly, you will see a change, and there you go. So this reactor is now fully functional. Now I don't have any fuel in there, so I'm going to take some yellorium ingots. Now you can get yellorium from your sifters, or your you can also get it from chickens. Now, so you can see it's filled up with coolant and reactor. If I go in here, core fuel is 100%, but I've got nothing going on here. That is because I haven't turned it on yet. So let's activate on this one, and there you go. It is really, really heating up quite a bit. Now I'm getting an absolute ton of RF from this. probably because I've got quite a bit more fuel in here than I did before. My casing heat is high, but it is not, I don't think it's critically high. You can see it is filling up the energy buffer really, really good. I believe that is 10 million RF storage in here. There's my 5-minute timer. So before we go, I just want to show off, now right now I've got 4 yellorium ingots left out of the stack, and eventually it's going to start changing those yellorium ingots into waste that I'm going to have to get out. But for this episode, I thought I would show you how I plan on getting my yellorium into my reactor. Oh, actually, I want to put that one up just for convenience sake, and that is with a chicken. And I don't know, I think it's just awesome that you got a chicken that is I guess pooping out yellorium. So it is a chicken powered nuclear reactor, but I'm just going to place that nest up there. I'm going to put a item transfer node, and then we are just going to pipe that directly right in there. Now this is a 10-10-10 chicken, so it is going to I guess poop out quite a bit of yellorium. Now one other fuel that you can use, and you can also get chickens with it, that is a uranium chicken, very, very similar to the yellorium chicken in other previous chickens. You need to craft it, so if you can do one, you can do the other, but I'm going to stick with the yellorium simply because it's what I had the most of. But that is it, guys. That has been my reactor. I am JackelWolf, and that has been my 5 minutes. That's how I did it, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.